Hey, what's going on, guys? It's No Shoes, and welcome back to another Technique Tuesday. Today, we're going to be reacting to Angels and Demons. They're suggested by Geopolitics Daily, so thank you, Geopolitics, for the suggestion. Keep them coming in the comments down below. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe, especially if you want to see more tech on the channel every single Tuesday. Without any further ado, let's get right into it. Let's see what Angels and Demons are all about. Let's see what Immortal Technique has to say. Let's get it.
What do you see when you're in the dark and the demons come?
I see you. I see you standing over the grave of another dead president.
Okay. Hold up. Two crazy samples to start off with. Bring 1 second. So standing over the grave of the dead president. I don't know what that's from. That sounds like a nightmare than one of the most iconic guitar riffs of all time, man.
Your dead president.
Yeah. Demons below me fighting over heaven. RBG, Morning Technique. You know what it is. Come on, America's Nightmare.
Okay. The singing vocal is interesting. We'll see how that plays out as the track continues. I'm curious here if we can find who's featured. So this is featuring Dead Prez and Bazaar Royale, produced by DJ Green Lantern, as a couple of other Technique tracks are. Very interesting beginning here. Let's see where this takes us, man.
Morning Technique. You know what it is. Come on, America's Nightmare. Young, black, and just don't give a fuck. Run up in the courtroom and wet them up. Got nothing to lose but my handcuffs. Every man must choose to lay down or stand up. It's wartime. Everything is fair, no fear.
Some nice layering going on in this vocal. You can hear it around the edges. There's a little bit of sharpness on it. It's got a little bit of that, like, slight, what's the word? There's like a shimmer almost to it where those layers are interacting with each other.
Lay down or stand up, it's wartime. Everything is fair, no fear. When they said the homie murdered the judge, I don't care. Fuck him, he deserved it. Long as the homie get away and don't get caught for the crime, I encourage it. We rooting for the villain in black, pouring out absolute salute. Niggas is shooting back. It's self-defense, we bang the pistol like Larry Davis or Brian Nichols. Every pig, every public official, the boomerang is coming back to get.
And nice, real slow ramp up into this track. The drums, that kick coming in on its own, super punchy, just like shooting straight to the front. Now we're starting to get those hi-hats and everything else coming in. Nice slow flow starting here. I'm not sure exactly if this is Dead Prez or Bazaar Royale. If y'all can help me keep it straight, let me know in the comments down below. But let's keep it rolling. Nice sound to it so far.
Officially, the boomerang is coming back to get you. You reap what you sow, didn't you? The system you created a monster. And now you're scared cause it's coming back to haunt you. Angels above me, demons below me, fighting over
Yeah, very interesting feel with that hook. That vocal comes in. It's got a lot of emotion behind it, but there's also a lot of chaos going on around it. Feels a little bit dissonant with all of that layering, which, you know, it fits in the track. Then we got this bass line coming in underneath, super heavy, much longer and more sustained than really anything else we've heard in the track so far. Very, very unique.
my name and get my aim right. Let's have an overthrow and after party in the same night. Same height as Huey, same muscle built as Malcolm, with the same circumstances in the hood. You know the outcome, and read it in the news about.
Rhyming Malcolm with outcome. Great rhyme right there.
Outcome, and read it in the news about your sergeant and your captain. Don't take this as a warning, just another nigga rapping. Fuck the way we organize and fuck the training and the grappling. And fuck them Uncle Toms who call police because we smacked them. And fuck you sympathizers with your.
And now we got some heavy 808s coming in underneath everything. The drums speeding up a little bit. Those hi-hats getting a little bit tighter. There's really just like this slow continual evolution that's happening, which I feel like I haven't seen on any Immortal Technique track. You know, normally his structure is fairly familiar as far as, you know, popular music goes, having, you know, intro, verse, hook, break, verse, or however he structured it exactly. Regardless, it's got a really interesting feel. Let's keep it rolling.
You know the outcome, and read it in the news about your sergeant and your captain. Don't take this as a warning, just another nigga rapping. Fuck the way we organize and fuck the training and the grappling. And fuck them Uncle Toms who call police because we smacked them. And fuck you sympathizers with your middle class reactions, cause we banging on the system G'd up. Fuck the factions. And if you didn't know, the G was for George Jackson. A long live his warrior spirit packing the magnum. Watching over the soldiers, know what niggas be.
And there's a nice transition in that rhyme scheme where we go from captain to smackdom to faction, and they're all very close, like, sounds, but the way they're achieved are all very different, having the IAN, then going to, like, bending him to M, and then we get to the ION, or the TION, really.
Long live his warrior spirit packing the magnum. Watching over the soldiers, know what niggas be blacking. When we really need to be disciplined in our ways and actions. When we get some freedom, you niggas can start bragging. Till then, inside the blood of my eye, you see the dragon.
Angels above me, demons below me, right over
Yeah, so finally, after like a couple ad-libs at the beginning, we're getting to Immortal. Wild build-up, man. That hook just keeps getting bigger every time. There are points where the guitar riff, I feel that it provides too much progression for the vocal that it's syncing up with, especially in the moment coming up before this last hook, or the most recent hook we've heard. There might be one more by the end of the track, but that build up where it goes da 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 da, which I know that's a butchered version of it, but the vocal doesn't keep up with it super well in that regard. So there's almost this like desync of like everything's fitting really well together, but then it starts to get just like a little farther apart in those sections. It's a really creative use of this guitar, but just the whole time I'm listening to it, I can hear Dream On in my head, and it's definitely creating some maybe cognitive dissonance, at least with my experience here.
I'm like the birth of baby Muhammad. The movement I started could spar with the hardest. A martyr regarded as Spartacus hearted. It doesn't matter whose missiles could shoot the farthest.
Bro, great stacking of that AR sound.
I'm like the birth of baby Muhammad. Muhammad, the movement I started could spar with the hardest. A martyr regarded as Spartak is hearted. It doesn't matter whose missiles could shoot the farthest. When you're a target in an Afghan Teutoburg forest, close quarters combat over corrupted elections. Bilderberg is like cancer, it grows with infection. Nepotism is the gold in the conductor's connection, and ignorance is the prison that the people are kept in. The military.
Yeah, and the drums coming in. Now, instead of having like a real classic snare, it's almost like a weird, muted, kind of like clicky snare, like click, click, just coming through every so often. It's got a nice feel to it. This is one of the, I feel like there's just a little bit too much development to this track. There's so much going on in the instrumental. We got three different artists on it. It's nice that each of their verses has a somewhat unique feel, but it really it's starting to become a little bit more distracting than like additive. It's almost subtractive at this point, where it's hard to keep up with all of those layers and absorb everything.
Bilderberg is like cancer, it grows with infection. Nepotism is the gold in the conductor's connection, and ignorance is the prison that the people are kept in. The military ain't there for the people's protection. They're just there to protect an investment. That's why people get arrested, electrocuted, molested.
Fire, though. I'm talking about the military ain't there to protect the people. It's there to protect the investments of the U.S. government, and all that is horrible in the world.
For the people's protection, they're just there to protect an investment. That's why people get arrested, electrocuted, molested. Connected streets are infested with those tired of protesting.
Going from electrocuted to, hold up, arrested to electrocuted to molested. That is just a crazy sequence of words right there. The bars are great. Great delivery so far. Clean flows. Nice feel. Aside from a couple parts in the earlier verses where I was saying that the guitar was developing a lot without having the vocal really kind of counter it all, I think that would help to feel like the vocals better seated on the track. But so far, very clean track. Just there's a lot going on, and like I said, one of the most iconic guitar riffs that has ever existed. Maybe a little bit too iconic to be repurposed in such a like on the face of it way. Like it sounds exactly what it sounds like on the original.
That's why people get arrested, electrocuted, molested. Connected streets are infested with those tired of protesting. Traumatized children thrown to guerrilla garrisons. 9/11 generations pale in comparison. And you will learn a lesson repeated through history, that no matter what you think, occupation is not victory.
Yeah, that's interesting. I want to bring that back. The bass line really adds a lot. I do like the bass line. It's grown on me as we've gone through the track.
Thrown to guerrilla garrisons, 9/11 generations pale in comparison. And you will learn a lesson repeated through history, that no matter what you think, occupation is not victory. Somalia, Kashmir, Nigeria, Palestine, Iraq, bring it back.
Yeah, I think something about the low tone of that hook vocal, especially here where it's much more at the forefront. We don't have as much layering as with the earlier hooks, especially where that higher layer of the main vocal is coming in. But it kind of just gives me the vibe of like somebody doing like, "Ooh, I'm a spooky ghost," which no hate, like I just this is how I'm really feeling. You know what I mean? It's all respect to Immortal Technique and the artists that put this together, but it just got a weird sound to it. And I feel like we got a lot of stuff down at the bottom. We got, three men rapping on this with deep voices. We got the guitar, which already isn't playing that high in, in the scale, in the octave. We got the bass line underneath it. We got the drums. I feel like something much more present at the top would feel more welcome and would make more sense in the balance of this track.
Kashmir, Nigeria, Palestine, Iraq, bring it back.
And I do respect that they're trying to get like a similar quality to the harshness of like the Dream On. Oh God, that sounded terrible. You guys can roast me in the comments all you want. Regardless, I'm sure you can hear it in your heads too right now. They're going for a similar quality in that vocal, but the delivery and the way it comes across just does not achieve that effect for me at the very least. But let's finish this out. Nice. I like the abrupt end. Yeah, it's a cool track. It's interesting, and it's fun to see all the different parts of Immortal's discography, the history of his music, the places he's been and the places he's gone to. This is probably my least favorite one I've heard so far. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. It's an interesting idea. There's cool concepts going on here. I just think the packaging and the end product could have been polished a little bit more. That hook vocal is probably the most glaring thing to me. And then beyond that, having that guitar riff in the track, everybody knows that guitar. And that's a great reason to use it. But it sounded exactly like it does on the original track. Alter it somehow. Give it a slightly different flavor, because the whole time I'm waiting for somebody else to start singing because that's what my mind is used to and associates with it. But regardless, that was Angels and Demons from Immortal Technique. Thank you again to Geopolitics Daily for the suggestion. Please, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Don't forget to hit like, hit subscribe, and hit that bell, and I will see you all next time.